Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time stopping by. Today we are going to be doing a walkthrough, sort of, I don't know if it's going to be a deep dive. We'll see how far I go into all of the artwork, but we are going to be doing a full walkthrough of the Earth Woman Tarot by Tarn Ellis. This is a Lo Scarabeo deck. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh. So I am real excited to get into this. This was a deck that I purchased. I'm drinking Mountain Dew Zero in case anybody's curious what pop I just opened. Somebody in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group, please forgive me. Feel free to out yourself down below if you wish. But somebody showed these two decks together, the Earth Woman Tarot next to the Earth Song Oracle. And I absolutely loved the combo. Two different publishers, and they're remarkably cohesive, by the way. But the tarot has this vibe. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And then we have the tarot, which has these like faceless characters. Oh, I'm kind of obsessed with this whole vibe. Really excited to get into this. So this is what the box is like. It's like a two-piece with a slide off. These are hit or miss for me. Like, I don't mind them, but the lids can sometimes be loose on this style. And really that's true of any two-piece box. There's always the chance it's going to be a little bit loose of a fit. I think that's why I like wraparound style boxes, because then, you know, there's always the magnet to kind of help secure it. But this is really kind of a neat design. And Lo Scarabeo does use this design on several of their decks. So let's get it out of the box, put the box to the side here. So this does come with a guidebook. It is in multiple languages, which is amazing, but I believe the English goes like halfway through. So we have 67 pages of English, and then we have then we have like a much more succinct version of the guidebook in the alternate languages. So it looks like they've gone a little more in depth. You can see the card entry length here for the English side. And then when you get into the other languages, it looks like it's mostly just a shorter synopsis of the meaning, and that way they're able to fit a few different languages here in the back. Like we have, I want to say, I'm not going to try to guess the languages, but you can kind of see where the dividing pages are because it has this separating page showing you where in the guidebook you are. So pretty cool that they've done that, so we get a little bit more in depth. This is, I think, newer for Lo Scarabeo, and I really like that change. Obviously, I'm English speaking. I'm sure if you were, I don't think they've taken anything away from the other languages, because it used to be that all the guidebook entries were like this, just in multiple languages. And all I think they've done is just added even more in English than there was before, if that makes sense. So I think that's kind of a cool feature. This is the Lo Scarabeo title card that seems to go into every single deck. Then we have the Earth Woman Tarot title card. This is what the backs look like. The deck is a smooth matte finish, nothing particularly luxurious, but a nice basic kind of classic matte finish, which is nice. I mean, it's got a little bit of that papery feel, but not in a bad way. And the cardstock has a little bit of snap to it. It doesn't feel super cardboardy, if that makes sense. It feels like it's got a little bit of give, so that's great. And then the backs, oh, I just showed you the backs, but these are the backs. So we have this like Earth Woman Tarot vibe. And yeah, I think this is a wonderful deck for this time of year also, where we've got fall colors. We're kind of, anyway, okay, let me zoom in and we're going to take a look at card by card and see what we think. All right, so we begin with the Fool, and we have this character who is just walking off of a cliff, like just almost as if the air beyond the cliff was the ground. And I love that faith in that action. I love the rays of the sun shining down. Beautiful. Oh, I dig this so much. So the thing that jumps out at me about the Magician right away is the way that our central character is literally drawing down what looks like energy straight from source, straight from spirit or the universe or the heavens, however you want to view that. And then is at the same time fully rooted into the earth. So they're sitting on the earth, these roots are coming out, and you can see there's this transmission of this cosmic energy down into like physical material reality. And that is the entire point of this card. We still have the roses visible on the card, as well as the lemniscate above her head. I think that is freaking beautiful, and I think it captures the energy of the Magician and the potential and the idea of like manifesting or bringing into reality what is possible that I like to see in this card. Love that. And we again have a very grounded, High Priestess as well. So these feel like sort of two aspects of this similar energy in a way that I haven't ever noticed their cohesion before, which is kind of cool. So whereas the Magician is like actively sort of manifesting this energy, the High Priestess feels like she's tapping into center, like kind of going into that spiritual home within her. I love all the cut pomegranates. I love the moon faces above. And then we've of course got the dark and light pillars, and it's just a beautiful scene. I love, if you look closer, you can see, hopefully it'll focus here. Might be too close. There we go. In the sea behind her, there's actually like little eyes, which is amazing. I love that. Here is our, we have our Empress here with the wheat and the waterfall. And our Emperor. I'm really loving how grounded, I'm just really noticing the groundedness of these primary cards, right? We have the grounded Magician and High Priestess and Empress. Even the Emperor sits here on the earth at this like mountaintop. I love that he's looking up at like what looks to be probably, I would assume is like Mars, which this card is associated with the sign of Aries. Wait, is that right? Yeah. This card is associated with the sign of Aries. The planetary ruler of Aries is Mars. This could be Mars. This could be a red moon or something, but I am just digging this whole vibe. I really like this. The Hierophant, we have this sort of temple. It almost looks like she's standing in a spiritual temple and kind of guarding its gateway. Oh, I love that. Oh, I adore this lovers. I love the embrace. I love how connected they look. I love how bonded. Beautiful. And then we have the Chariot. Yes to the Chariot racing across the surface of the sea. That is everything I want to see in a Chariot card. Oh man, that is so beautiful. Strength. Dig it. The Hermit. There's some little like crows maybe flying in front of the moon here. I love that the path that is being lit by the lantern is quite softly lit. Like it's not very clear-cut path, but it's being softly lit. The Wheel of Fortune. Man, this deck has a whole aesthetic, and it does feel very rooted. It feels very grounded. It's kind of interesting. I've got a deck that this is reminding me of energetically that I'll talk about here a little bit further on. But here we have Justice. I love the nature too. We really feel like we're out in the world. Like there's nothing about this that feels very connected to the world, which makes sense, right? She is the earth. This is the Earth Woman Tarot. It's drawing us into the earth. Love that. But yeah, I really enjoy this Justice card a lot. Oh, the Hanged One. Oh, I love this. Wow, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Look at the Death card. That is powerful. The fact that there's this idea, we get the circle of life and death in this image. Oh my goodness. And then Temperance. There's something about this art style that just really has gripped me. Apparently I'm just going to keep picking up the cards. I'm all zoomed in and I can't help myself. But this is really something. Wow. It's following the traditional symbolism, right? But the scenes are being sort of re-illustrated and reimagined in a new way. And I love that. I love the tumble out of the tower here. I almost wish the tower was more than just on fire, that we could see it crumbling. I like to see a lot of destruction in the tower. That's just me though. The Star. Oh, look at the bird here. Little callback to the Rider-Waite-Smith. Oh, this moon. The way they're dancing, the way that this character has more of like that cronish energy. The eye and the moon. This really opens it up to interpretation, which is great because I know some people really view the moon in that way of the sort of the unknown and the lack of clarity, that things kind of seem other than they are. But we also have the wildness and the abandon of the moon as well. Again, we see a lotus pose, really grounded here with the sunflowers and the sun. Judgment. She's bathing in an outdoor shower. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And the world, of course, is represented by sort of like Mother Earth. Man, this art is breathtaking. Okay, and we're going into the cups first. My usual order would be Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles, but that's fine. We'll roll with it. So we're starting with Cups. I love this Ace and this 2. There's an element of like here, for example, we don't have, this character could be a woman, could be a man, could be a non-gendered person. I love that. Oh my gosh, they're in the water. I love it. The 4 of Cups. Oh, the storm here is everything for this 5 of Cups. That's a very powerful 5. And then we have the 6. This is really lovely. A lot of times we'll see more of like an inner child vibe here, or we'll see something reminiscent, but here we see a circle of women, and that's a very powerful, powerful image. I love it. The 7 of Cups. Yes. Just, yes. Infinitely readable. This is very, if you're comfortable with the Rider-Waite-Smith symbology, I really think that you'd enjoy this. The 9 of Cups. I love it. Oh my gosh. I forgot. I picked this up and I know I looked at this card during my recent deck roundup, but I'd forgotten. But I love that so much. And I adore this 10 of Cups as well. The Page. This very much feels like a deck that has like subtle undertones of yoga and physical movement and embodiment, maybe is a better way to put it. Maybe embodiment. It really reminds me. This would be a lovely deck if you have like a yoga practice and you like to pull cards with it. I think this would really be a lovely accompanying deck for that. Oh, I love this Queen. Wait, did I take in the Knight? Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. There's our Knight. These are just magical. These are just magical. Here we have our King. Totally giving. Oh, who's the guy we all love? Aquaman dude. I'm so bad with actor names, y'all. Reminds me of him. Somebody's going to kill me that I can't remember that guy's name. You know, from Game of Thrones and like, yeah, him. Jason Momoa. There we go. He's giving me Jason Momoa vibes for sure. Which hopefully not in a way that's going to ruin this card for anybody. I got to be careful with that, but I just mean like it's giving that kind of like, I don't know, wild man, waterman vibes in a way that I really like. That's kind of what I should have said. Ace of Pentacles. I love it. 2 of Pentacles, I love it. Let the wild waves around and behind speak to the chaos that this card can sometimes speak to us wrangling. I love that they're weaving in the 3 of Pentacles. I think I've seen weaving in the 3 of Pentacles before. I can't remember which deck. It might be Lightseer's Tarot or it might be Sun and Moon Tarot that I'm thinking of. That actually makes me wonder, is this the same artist that did Sun and Moon? It can't be, right? Hold on. They were also faceless is the thing. Sun and Moon Tarot. Nope, that was Vanessa DeCourt. Okay, take all that out. 4 of Pentacles. This 5 of Pentacles. Man, for a deck of characters with no facial expressions on them, I feel like a lot of emotion and feeling and experience really comes through in these cards. 6 of Pentacles, the 7, the 8. I love when we see painting and paintings or creative work in the 8 of Pentacles. I like that a lot. The 9, the 10. I love her silver hair. I love the castle in the background. Wow. Page of Pentacles, yes. Knight of Pentacles. Queen. Oh, I love her. Oh my gosh, I love her. And King. I like that even though the deck is clearly leaning into that feminine energy or that woman energy, I love that we still see masculine and male energy in the deck in places where I feel like it's really helpful to have it there. For me personally, I really enjoy seeing kings being represented in that masculine energy kind of way. Ace of Wands. Oh, man. There's such a beautiful variety of skin tones in this deck as well, and it all feels very seamless and natural. It doesn't feel forced in any way, and I love that. 4 of Wands, the 5, 6. Wait. Interesting, I just realized. They look less like they're fighting or competing, which I like to see a little bit of that competition energy in the 5 of Wands. I think it speaks to the meaning of the card really beautifully. But here it almost looks like they're all trying to showcase their own individual, maybe dance style. So there can still be almost, you know what this reminds me of actually now that I look at it? It reminds me of, if you ever watch like YouTube shorts or TikToks or whatever, sometimes you'll see these like, or at least I do, they get served up to me probably because I watch them. But these like freestyle swing dance like things where they're not pre-recorded routines, but what's happened is that two dancers have been paired and they just like go with the flow with their style of swing dance or whatever. It's so fun. This is what this reminds me of almost, is like these like impromptu sort of dance. Each one is trying to show their own style, their own flavor. They're all dancing a little different. And yet they're finding a way to like not tromp all over the other. I think that's really beautiful actually, now that I think about it. Here we have the 6 of Wands. This character here in the background being sort of lauded, which is wonderful. Here we have the 7 of Wands and the 8, the 9. I often look for a sign in this card that the primary character is feeling depleted or run down or is struggling a little bit, still holding strong. I'm missing a little bit of the struggle or the sign of difficulty in this card, but it's very, very beautiful. Lavender all around. The 10 of Wands. Okay, this is wicked because we often see in the 10 of Wands that we're struggling under all of the stuff we're carrying, but this character's like one-handed, I got this. And there's a lot of empowerment in that image. I really appreciate that. I love the red hair on this Page of Wands. Come on, that is amazing. I love that. Knight of Wands, this Queen, yes, and the King. that brings us to our final suit, which is the sword suit. Not much of a deep dive I'm finding because I'm just sinking into the artwork and it's just effortless, but it's not crowded with symbology. Like the symbols are there, the meaning is there, it's coming through quite clearly, but there's not so many like little Easter eggs because everything's so clear and visible immediately right on the card. And that's a beautiful thing. I love here on the Three of Swords, she's almost like surrounded, it almost looks like she's sort of hemmed in by almost like brambles, standing in the rain, really in the thick of it, feeling wise. The Four of Swords, I dig the hammock. Lots of moon phases that show up throughout this deck. Yes to this Five of Swords. Look at the colors in this 6. I love that she's seeing herself through this water. I love it. 7. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. We're going to have to check out what the guidebook is like, but this is going to be such an easy reader. 8 of Swords. The 9. The 10. Yeah. Then we have the Page. Knight. I love her silver hair. Oh my gosh. In the Queen of Swords, that is amazing. And then the King. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to zoom back out a bit. And then we're going to give this a little shuffle and pull a sample card and check out the guidebook because this is beautiful. So if this is one you were thinking of, gosh, this is I feel like a hidden gem in the mass market right now. Really beautiful. The cardstock feels pretty stereotypical what we're seeing in mass market matte cardstock, just basic matte cardstock. Nothing to write home about necessarily, but nothing too thick or stiff feeling either. So that's a hand over hand. Really nice on the matte cardstock. Let's see how we shuffle. Okay, it's got a little bit of give, but it doesn't have so much give that it feels floppy. And it's not immediately taking the shape of my shuffle. It doesn't mean that it's not going to, but it's not doing that immediate warpy thing that some of the cards that have this sort of cardstock do. It might still do it. There's a little hint of it there. Probably depends on how aggressively you shuffle. This might not be anything that bothers you at all, but man, I think this is really, really pretty. Okay, I'm going to give it a few more shuffles. What a lovely sort of workhorsey deck I think this is going to make. Okay. Maybe one more. Yeah, it's comfy shuffle. It's not as thin as like a Llewellyn cardstock. It feels a little thicker than that. And then matte. All right, beautiful. Okay, let's pull a card and we'll take a look at the guidebook. What do we have? Ooh, the Death card. Okay. Oh, look how, oh my God, that like blends in with my background. Okay, I'll keep it up higher. Okay, let's take a look. So in the guidebook, let's take a little tour of what the guidebook looks like. So we have our table of contents. There's the languages. I could have done that. English, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. So we have an introduction. Welcome to the world of the Earth Woman Tarot. This tarot brings together the incredible power of women, combining the mystic realm of the divine feminine with the earthly wisdom of Mother Nature. Celestial imagery will help you feel in touch with the universe, reminding you that you are part of something bigger and connecting you to the divine guidance. Goes on from there. So we have some spreads. I won't give those away, but there's an Earth Woman flower spread. Okay, and then we get into the major arcana. There's no imagery in here, which is good because then we've got more room for text. So let's take a look. Okay, so here's our Death card, and here's what the guidebook says. So keywords: endings, rebirth, and transformation. A woman lies in the ground as if decaying. A tree grows where she lays, and mushrooms sprout from her, symbolizing the endless cycle of life and death. Her demise is allowing new things to grow. The setting sun symbolizes the ending of the day, but it also encompasses the knowledge that a new one will come. This card is about new beginnings as much as it is about endings. It is about closing one door so that a new one may open to a more wholesome and aligned experience of life. Death represents transformation and rebirth. It asks you to let go in order to be cleansed of old thoughts, relationships, behaviors, and patterns that no longer serve you. In doing so, you will make space to invite in the new. Although the changes you are experiencing may be sudden and unwelcome, remember that destruction is sometimes necessary in order to progress. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at a minor arcana. Okay, yeah, here's the Five of Swords. Let's take a look at the Five of Swords in the guidebook, just so we can see if the minors are as descriptive. I'm not a big fan of this card order. Oh wait, in the book, the cards are in Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles. Okay, cool. So the guidebook is in like sort of the traditional order, just the cards weren't, so that's fine. Five of Swords: conflict, argument, and confrontation. A woman holds 3 swords while 2 women walk away down the beach. 2 more swords lie on the sand, denoting that a battle has taken place. The sky above them is stormy, suggesting that the dispute is not yet settled and there are still unresolved conflicts. The Five of Swords is a sign that you've had some sort of disagreement and are feeling a sense of loss or hurt over it. You may feel a lack of closure or clarity with tension still in the air. Another confrontation may be brewing. Is it wise to keep fighting for your corner, or would it be more beneficial to let it go? This card is a reminder to choose your battles wisely and weigh up what is worth your precious energy. Wow. Really, really good. I think Tarn Ellis wrote these descriptions, I believe, because I don't see another author credited here. The deck is by Tarn Ellis. Graphic layout is by Chiara De Magistris. Translations by Studio RGE. Editing is by Elena Del Mastro and Paolo Bertazzo. Lo Scarabeo. Yeah. Okay. Wow. This is a win. I am really excited about this. I think this is going to be a real easy reader. I think if you like decks that are soundly based in the Rider-Waite-Smith, but bring in some nature, bring in a little bit of magic, bring in some feminine energy, I think you'll really, really enjoy this. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited I took a chance on this because this is absolutely beautiful, and I can see myself immediately putting this into rotation in my workhorse decks. Let's go ahead and split it and just show it with the Earth Song Oracle by Rockpool, because as I said earlier in the video, this is by the same artist. I have to either fix mine or see if I can get a replacement card from Rockpool, because one of my cards is just slightly bigger than the other. It's the snake card. Like, I keep finding it. Serpent, yeah, the serpent card. So that's annoying. But other than that, I really like this. So just take a look at it. Like, in this, so here we have the Knight of Swords, Autumn, Harvest, Change, and Endings. Change is inevitable, and endings lead to beginnings. And then we have the Page of Wands. And then we have Summer. Oh, look at this. Opportunity, Optimism, and Joy with the Six of Swords and Two of Swords. That's powerful combo. Enjoy life to the full and say yes to opportunity. Spring, Two of Wands, and King of Wands. Knight of Pentacles and the Sun with Island, Solitude, Independence, and Isolation. Oh, first of all, okay, I love this pairing. First of all, it just works perfectly in my view. They have this autumnal kind of like going into the darker half of the year vibe. I think these are beautiful together. I will have links to these both down below. They're both mass market, easily acquired. But I wanted to talk about the energy that this deck reminds me of. It's going to be a little bit out of pocket, I think, but this deck reminds me a little energetically, not visually, but energetically, of the Tarot of Her. Now, this is an indie deck. It is currently, I believe, out of print. I believe they are going to be working on another printing. I backed this on Kickstarter, and it sold out really quickly after the Kickstarter was done. So I think they probably only ordered a small amount of extra decks. But the Tarot of Her has this Mother Nature connected vibe. But if you have been lusting after this deck, because it is absolutely spectacular and I highly recommend, I did do a full video on this one. If you've been lusting after this deck because of its deep connection with the earth, with nature, and with that sort of feminine wisdom, I think you would really, really like the Earth Woman Tarot. So just a thought that energetically, these two feel very aligned. They give me a similar feeling in my like belly, if that makes any sense when I look at them. Different for sure. They don't do the same thing. This one's much more non-Rider-Waite-Smith based. What am I trying to say? They're both Rider-Waite-Smith based, but this one goes its own way artistically a lot more, whereas this one sticks much closer to the Rider-Waite-Smith composition in the cards. So I feel like if you're somebody who really looks for that Rider-Waite-Smith composition, the way the image is laid out or the type of scene that you're going to see in the card, you might prefer the Earth Woman Tarot anyway. But also, if you are looking for decks with this kind of vibe, this kind of energy, I think this makes a wonderful mass market option for you to explore. It takes you into the world. They actually both have this kind of earthy color palette as well. But I am obsessed with the Tarot of Her, like obsessed, obsessed, obsessed. However, this is a deck I'm using for me. It's not so much a deck I think I'd be quick to reach for client readings or for reading for others in general, because I think it's a deck I just really enjoy sitting with. I really, really enjoy sitting with it. This one, however, though, let me put this one away. On the other hand, the Earth Woman Tarot, I feel like any question, like let's do a quick energy obstacle advice sample reading. Any question, I think I can pull this out, throw 3 cards down, and get just a really beautiful reading. Energy, 9 of Pentacles. We're really celebrating the rewards of our efforts. We're taking a moment to soak in the moment. Page of Swords, the obstacle, is all about like not getting so caught up in trying to get to answers quick that we miss the moment, that we miss being in the experience. And then the advice is the Ace of Pentacles, saying yes to the new opportunities that this experience is opening up for us. And so it's like quick, 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 right? So if you're the type of person that likes to read that way, especially for others, here we have the Four of Swords as the energy, the Four of Wands, lots of four energy, as the obstacle. The Moon is the advice. And it's like, I immediately know what cards I'm looking at. It's very recognizable, but it still retains that sort of soft connection to nature energy. Really a good find, really a good purchase. I'm so stoked about this. And now I need to find the perfect Peggy bag for it. So I'm going to plop this and its guidebook back into the box. I will say I far prefer this over a tuck box. So if this is the alternative to tuck box, I approve. Oh my gosh. I have the perfect bag for this. Like, it's perfect. It's earthy. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's earthy. Oh, it couldn't be any better. It couldn't be any better. Look at this. Right color. And with all of the moon phases that show up in this deck, and this has moon phases all over it. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, that's perfect. I'm so happy that I went and took a look to see what I had in my stash, because that's perfection. I'm obsessed. And the only bummer is that I think I might need, let me just see if this would also fit. Yeah, this is what I love about Peggy's standard bags, right? They typically will hold a mass market Oracle box or indie or mass market like standard size tarot box perfectly. I might need to get another one of these from Peggy if she still has this fabric so that they can be in the same fabric, because they are a perfect pair. Anyways, okay, you guys don't need to know all that. This is just me babbling and playing. Thanks for hanging out as always. I appreciate you so, so, so much. An extra, extra big thank you goes out to my Unicorn Fam channel members. Thank you so much for supporting my work and everything that I do here, both on and off YouTube in the tarot space. You all have made such a difference, and I appreciate you so much. To everybody watching and participating here on YouTube, you make the magic happen. So thank you so much for participating. I appreciate you all so, so, so much. And until next time, may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye.